good, Rodney?
Huh?
You good?
You good?
Gates open.
All right, guys, we are live. We are live, and Trump is going to be meeting with the Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban. Here we go.
President Trump, is there any chance you'll meet with Putin in Budapest at some point? Should Hungary be allowed to purchase Russian oil?
Great leader.
All right, they'll go inside, and they'll have a sit-down where the press will ask them questions.
Good
job,
job,
how that
everybody.
goes.
Crushed it.
It's Friday, baby. It's Friday morning. Here we go. We already got a meeting with Trump live, and
Gates closed.
and I'm curious what kind of questions they're going to ask today. I love this setting. It's a great setting having Trump in there with the Prime Minister or whoever live, and you know, we get to hear some you know, wacky questions and wacky answers all the time. So it's pretty cool. Looking forward to it. Let me adjust our camera. Let's get this dialed in a little bit. All right. Okay, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this for us. So as long as I'll just wait until they get into the meeting room, and once they do, I'll go back live on that screen. And until then, let's take a look at this.
Now remember, every time you laugh, an orphan sends me 35 cents. Happy Thursday, everyone. So the incoming mayor for New York City, Zoran Mamdani, has introduced his all-female transition team. At least we think they're female. True, since Zoran won, there have already been a few minor changes to the city. For example, the naked cowboy has already been replaced by the naked goat. And now every play on Broadway is Aladdin. And get this. LaGuardia Airport will now be offering direct flights into the Freedom Tower.
Dang.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
That it is.
That is a joke. Anyway, the ongoing government shutdown means TSA employees haven't been paid in 36 days. Yeah, so now they're just groping you for tips. Nancy Pelosi announced she will not seek re-election to Congress in 2026. Which coincidentally is when the warranty on her face runs out. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is pressing charges against a man who groped and tried to kiss her on Tuesday. Police have identified the man as Jose Bidenito. According to a Republican California state senator, the city of Costa Mesa had a dog that voted in the last couple elections.
That's right here in Orange County. Look who we got. We got Psycho Black and Kev Dog early, bright and early. What's up? You guys are ready to troll.
They believe the dog voted Democrat because it was castrated. Edgy stuff. 3 Chinese astronauts are temporarily stranded in space after their return capsule was hit by space debris. Luckily, though, Chinese scientists have come up with the perfect thing to plug the hole. Former executive is suing Paramount, claiming they fired him for being too old and white. Well, at least they didn't give his job to a drunk woman. And finally, according to a new poll, 4 in 10 Americans say they believe in ghosts. Especially one man, because wherever he goes, all he hears is boo, boo, boo.
We got the whole crew here. Kev Dog, Psycho, and Hugh. What's up, Kev Dog? Do I watch Jon Stewart? No, I haven't. I mean, I'll watch it if it comes up, but it doesn't pop up for me.
All right, here we go. So the new mayor of New York City has proudly announced an all-female transition team. Yep, apparently the city's biggest problem isn't crime, homelessness, or whatever that smell is in Midtown. Oh. It's dudes.
Our team will be directed by Ilana Leopold, Lena Khan, Maria Torres Springer, Grace Bonilla, Melanie Hartzog.
So do 5 women reflect all of New York? Is the entire city female? If it were, God help the city if it were ever attacked by a medium-sized spider.
What up, Random?
The media, of course, laughs.
Kev Dog says, good thing about me being in the middle is I can identify with the problems on both sides without being emotionally invested. I don't know, man. Judging by the responses I've seen from you, you're not very much in the middle. You're more left than the middle, I would say.
Wrap this up like it was a bowl of Alpo in front of Joy Behar. I hear Rachel Maddow got harder than a shark's tooth. Yeah, not so funny now, is it? But this isn't reality. It's nostalgia for a movement that's already been flushed. Identity politics. For a progressive, it seems he's really going backwards. America has moved on, but Zoran hit the brakes. And all those discarded wrappers of wokeism from the back seat just flew back into the front. And Mamdani begged for money to fund it.
Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires...
I thought this was AI, but it turned out to be real. The dude really posted this on his own account.
Staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
So Zoran asked voters to send him money so he could implement the free programs that he promised. That's like saying you can have sex with Sydney Sweeney, but first you have to bang Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm in.
Wow, bro.
I don't ever recall being asked to fund a transition team, but if Zoran has his way, New Yorkers will be paying for anyone who wants to transition. He wants to fund trans surgery for minors with $65 million going for gender-affirming care. How's that for affordability? Then there's his victory rally, a political mosh pit of activists screaming about oppression in a city run by left-wing clowns. That's like dogs at the park complaining about the smell of ass. And who among the nuts were cheering Mamdani on? His buddy Hassan Piker, the dog torturer, famous for saying America deserved 9/11. It's a slap in the face to the thousands who perished on 9/11. I guess the city that never sleeps apparently is taking a dirt nap. And during this Antifa speed dating event, Mondani called out more ethnic groups
What up, Johnny? What up, guys?
than a square dance at Ellis Island.
Thank you to those so often forgotten by the politics of our city who made this movement their own. I speak of Yemeni bodega owners and Mexican abuelas, Senegalese taxi drivers and Uzbek nurses.
Chrissy is right. New York is cooked.
Trinidadian line cooks and Ethiopian.
New York is Dunsky, dude. Robin says, too good to be true. What? What's too good to be true?
Aunties. Yes, aunties.
Aunties, Uzbek nurses. I saw that video. But sorry, it's not the bodega owners who put him over the top. They're busy shopping at pepperspray.com. It's the overeducated, over-estrogen elites. Zoe won 57% of voters with at least a bachelor's degree. It's not the working class that elected him, but the credentialed class that are unhappy that their dreams didn't pan out. And he cites those ethnic groups under the assumption they all cooperate. I got news for you. A lot of them don't get along, and they won't unless they have a unifying belief, which was the whole point of the melting pot. You could just call them Americans. The problem, most of Zoran's supporters, they hate that label. Because here, diversity trumps patriotism. And yet, why are there so many immigrants in New York City? To make money, which you don't do with free supermarkets or free buses, or defunding the police. Or
They're here to make money. I don't think the immigrants are here to make money. They're here to take our free welfare and free subsidies that we offer.
Forcing citizens to pay for sex changes. If you want to keep the Yemeni bodegas open, you need capitalism, which Zoran hates. But the credentialed elites like the idea of free buses because they'll never ride them when they become asylums on wheels. They'll feel virtuous about all the illegals because they'll never lose their job to unskilled labor. And they'll still blame crime on root causes when the real root cause is voting to release repeat offenders. New York just hired a woke tribute band, but they don't come cheap. That's what the new left thrives on, not the real-life struggles of working people, but ideas that excite children of privilege who are so brilliant they're stuck with useless college degrees. Those ideas are all they have since the policies always fail. So now they can't afford homes, children, marriages, and the standard of living they so demand. And for that, they're going to take it out on you.
Useless college degrees. They went and got college degrees in things they knew were not going to get them the jobs they wanted. It's just basic math, bro. Like, so you know what they could have done? They could have gone and become plumbers, electricians. They could have had HVAC licenses and learned how to do that stuff. Which makes a lot of money these days. I don't know if you guys know that. They make a lot of money. In some cases, way more than what jobs they thought they would get from those degrees they got, which put them in massive student loan debt.
After prostate exams,
We got Trump is about to go live. I'm just watching this, guys. This is Trump. He's going to go live in a few minutes, and they're going to have live questions as they normally do, which is prime time, if you ask me. So I have an eye on this. As soon as he goes live, I'm going to put this on right now. So stay tuned.
he says, now it's your turn. Chief Medical Officer at the wellness company, Dr. Drew Pinsky. Thank you, Joseph Planetary. So, Dr. Drew, are you, where are you on this? Optimistic, pessimistic, apocalyptic?
As Ukrainian, Belarusian, Scottish male, I have to say that, you know, this whole idea that things are just concept, he has come on the record and said that violence is just a concept. We had violence before we had language.
Yeah.
And now the new plan is to take Rikers Island and make it a criminal rehab social model unit.
Mm-hmm.
Prediction, riot within a year, take over hostage situation within 2 years. It'll be awesome.
I also think that whatever incident occurs in the city, whether it has to do with ICE or something in a prison or at a campus, he's going to choose the other side. It's going to blow up. You'll have a Minneapolis. I've been through that. Let's move on to the weird guy in the hat. You're a Jew.
Oh. Wait, first of all, you're Jewish. You would never go you're a black. Okay?
He does all the time. Yeah, especially whenever I take his parking spot, first thing he says, you're black.
Yes, I am a Jew.
Are you worried as a Jewish person?
Well, you know, first of all, I live in Jersey, but it does.
Okay, Trump is live.
Multiply to. Here's the deal.
Yes.
I was so upset when he went. Like I was. It's like when a girl leaves you, or I felt like a Jets fan. And not only. Like, I knew I was going to come on, and I go, I'm really not happy
here,
about
Viktor
this.
Orban,
And
Prime Minister of Hungary,
politics,
and he's done a fantastic
his
job.
Ego. The fact that during his acceptance speech, he would go after Trump. You're a mayor. You're a mayor going after. Stay in your lane and get hit by a bus. You see what I'm saying?
All right, let's get to Trump. He's live.
United States, we're drilling, drill baby drill, we call it. But in the United States, without energy, an energy-special person, problems like some beloved. They here, Orban, the Prime Minister of Hungary, and he's done a fantastic job. He's a very powerful man within his country, but he's also beloved. They love Viktor, and people that know him do. He's run a really great country, and he's got no crime, he's got no problems like some countries do, but probably has a couple of things that I don't know about, maybe that I don't want to know about. But he's a very special person. I've known him for a long time.
What's up, guys? What's up? I am American. What's up, everybody? I like the name. I am American. Very cool.
A little bit of Russia, Ukraine. We'll be talking about energy and energy prices. We have energy down to a pretty low point right now in the United States. We're drilling, drill baby drill, we call it. But energy costs are very low. Our general costs are very low. And I just saw that Walmart came out with a statement last night. They've done it for many years, that Thanksgiving this year will cost 25% less than Thanksgiving last year under.
Did you guys hear that? Walmart came out and said that Thanksgiving this year will cost on average 25% less than it did last year. So those of you talking about our prices aren't down, prices didn't go down. Trump said the prices are going to go down and they didn't. Here you go.
Sleepy Joe Biden. So that's a big difference. That's a big difference. 25% less Thanksgiving. And I think that's a very good chart. They include everything.
Tio and Instagram, if you want, come over to YouTube chat. It's a lot more active. We have a lot more people on the YouTube side.
That you need for Thanksgiving. So it's 25% less this year than it was last year. And that's true. That's emblematic of the rest of
What's up, Quanta?
Prices. Energy prices are way down from what they were last year. Inflation is almost non-existent. We have inflation down to a very low number, whereas Biden, as you know, is the worst inflation in the history of our country. So we're doing very well. We have a shutdown, as you probably know, because the Democrats have gone, they're crazy. They're crazy. But they don't care if they hurt the country. But we've approved it 14 times. We've approved opening up 14 times, and they keep rejecting it. And I guess maybe they will again. Let's see what happens. They want to have a lot of bad things happen, bad things for our country. We're not going to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into our country illegally. We're not going to do it. To people who came from prisons, they came from mental institutions, drug dealers. They want to give them medical care. $1.5 trillion. And we're not going to do other things that they're requesting also. So I just want to welcome this really good person. I know him very well. He's a good person, and he's a great leader, and he's loved in his country. And Viktor, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, President.
Thank you.
First of all, may I say that thank you very much for the invitation. It's good to see you, President, back to the White House. And good to be back after 6 years, anyway, again, to see you here.
Yeah.
As we have met last time. The reason why we are here to open a new chapter between the bilateral relation of the United States and Hungary, basically because during the Democrat administration, everything was ruined. So after your leaving president, everything was basically blocked, ruined, cancelled, a lot of harm done by the previous administration. In the last 10 months, President, what you have done
Did you hear what he said? He said when you left and the Democrats came in, that everything was rigged.
We are very much grateful for that. You
Listen to
restored
this.
the old level of the relationship you done. In the last 10 months by the previous administration, everything was basically broke. Everything was ruined. After between the bilateral relation of the United States and Hungary, basically because during the Democrat administration, everything was ruined. So after your leaving president, everything was basically broke, ruined, cancelled, a lot of harm done by the previous administration. In the last 10 months, President, what you have done, we are very much grateful for that. You restored the old level of the relationship. You improved the bilateral relation. You repair what was done badly by the previous administration. So now we are in quite a good position to open up a new chapter, let's say a golden age between the United States and Hungary. And we have plenty of suggestions for today: economic cooperation, military cooperation, and political cooperation. And the main issue, probably, President, you know, we are neighboring Ukraine, which is in war. It's the most important issue for us, and we would like to discuss with you how we can contribute to help you in your peace efforts.
You guys in the chat are talking about gas prices. Here in Southern California, where I live, gas prices for premium gas, which I put in my cars, is $5.50.
And you've taken a lot of Ukrainians that needed your help, and you've taken a lot of them in your country, and everybody appreciates that.
Thank you very much. Maybe.
And the Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban, just said right now, he said, you repaired a lot of the issues that were there in the prior administration, and now they're ready to talk about, you know, working on some of these things with military agreements and cooperations and a whole bunch of other things.
We do our best.
Thank you very much. Any questions, please? Go ahead.
Sweet, they're going straight to questions.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Orban has requested an exemption as it relates to oil that is coming from Russia. Is that something that you are prepared to do? And may I ask Mr. Orban a question in regards to that very issue?
Sure. We're looking at it because it's very difficult for him to get the oil and gas from other areas. As you know, they don't have the advantage of having sea. It's a great country. It's a big country, but they don't have sea. They don't have the ports. And so they have a difficult problem. There's another country that has that same problem, by the way. But when you look at what's happened with Europe, many of those countries, they don't have those problems, and they buy a lot of oil and gas from Russia. And as they know, I'm very disturbed by that. Because
guys, those of you that are subscribing, I'm watching the number go up right here. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. I have a Discord channel that is very active. We speak off stream, share information, all that stuff. So if you're interested, feel free to join my Discord. But thank you for subscribing. I'm on here every morning and every evening during the week with you guys.
Because we're helping them, and they're going and buying oil and gas from Russia. So that question could be really asked maybe more accurately if you talked about many European countries, not Hungary necessarily, because Hungary is in a different position, but many European countries
what's up, Jeep peeps? I have a Rubicon myself, bro.
Are buying oil and gas from Russia, and they have been for years. And I say, what's that all about, right? Thank you.
So that will be one of the issues.
And I got one of these. And something else too.
To explain clearly what would be the consequences for the Hungarian people and for the Hungarian economy not to get oil and gas from Russia, because we are supplied by pipelines. Pipeline is not an ideological or political issue, it's a physical reality. Because
oh, I just got called out for spelling Hungary wrong. I gotta edit that. That was just a fast typing.
We don't have port,
typo.
Exactly as the President explained to you. So we will negotiate on that point. It's vital for us anyway.
Mr. Orban, there are two pipelines, as I understand it. There's a pipeline from Ukraine and there's a pipeline from Croatia.
I was hungry this morning.
My understanding is that the pipeline from Croatia can provide all of Hungary's energy needs. As a result, why would you need an exemption if that's the case?
So when we discuss that issue, you should separate the gas and the oil. On the gas issue, which is very important for us, 90% of the Hungarian households based on heating system based on gas. So we have only one pipeline delivering gas to Hungary, which is the main pipeline, the Turkish one. What we got from Croatia is a very small volume supplementary gas pipeline. Okay, that's gas. Oil is another issue. So oil is coming from the Druzhba pipeline, which is the main supply, and that is a Croatian one, which is the secondary and supplementary pipeline. We would like to convince the Croatian government to enlarge it and make it possible to deliver more. Under these circumstances, it cannot be the main pipeline. It's just supplementary. But later on, with some big investments, it could serve better the interest of Hungary.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Many people see this mission not just as an encounter between two countries, but as the symbol of the strengthening of a new conservative Europe alliance. Would you agree with that interpretation? And how do you see the future of Europe in the light of leaders like Viktor Orban stand up to Brussels bureaucracy and the globalist agenda?
Are you from Hungary?
Yes, I am.
I figured.
She was having trouble, saying what she wanted to say in English. Jacqueline, Jacqueline with the Jeep. Hell yeah.
The fact is that...
And also in Cali, like me, Southern California. I'm in Orange County, guys.
He's a great leader, and he's respected all over. Not necessarily liked by some of the leaders, but, those leaders have proven to be wrong. If you look at his stance on immigration and other things, if you look at Europe, they've made tremendous mistakes on immigration. It's really hurting them very badly. He has not made a mistake on immigration. So he's respected by everybody. He's liked by some. And I can tell you, I like and respect. I'm a double. I like and respect him. And that's the way Hungary is being led. They're being led properly. And that's why he's going to be very successful in his upcoming election.
May I have a comment on that? Language is important because the Anglo-Saxon terminology is different from the European one. So to use categories can create some misunderstanding. So I would like to be clear as much as we can. We are the only government in Europe which consider itself as a modern Christian government. All the other governments in Europe are basically liberal leftist governments. So we try to do something from 2010 which is different from what the others are doing.
I would say Poland is not a liberal leftist government, in my opinion.
Even at the philosophical level and at the level of practice as well, as just the president described it, like migration. So we are kind of a special island of difference in a liberal ocean in Europe. And we consider ourselves as a modern Christian government. That's the proper category to describe what we are doing.
To both of you.
We're talking, but we'll report on that later. Meetings with Putin. We were talking about that with Victor. He understands Putin and knows him very well. And I feel that, I'm going to let you say what you think, but I think that Victor feels we're going to get that war ended in the not too distant future. Victor, do you want to talk about that?
I'm strongly convinced. So the question is whether we Westerners are unified or not. The problem is that the president has huge peace efforts, which are just splendid and very positive for the European continent and all the peoples of Europe. But at the same time, we are not unified because Brussels and the Europeans have a different approach to the war. So the only pro-peace government is the United States government and
Gmail Jim Strayer in the chat says, take the red hat off and put your head back up your ass so you can continue to be delusional. How do you find yourself a position that you support a fascist, xenophobic, homophobic adulterer? Sir, you are a Trump hater and you are a beta male.
You are a Trump hater and you are a beta male. Beta male. Beta.
the small Hungary in Europe anyway. All the other governments prefer to continue the war because many of them think that Ukraine can win on the front line, which is a misunderstanding of the situation. So it's a complicated issue. We will discuss it. It requests not just 2 minutes to respond to your question, but rather than our lecture. Sorry, not to continue more than that.
To both of you.
So you would say that Ukraine cannot win that war?
Miracle can happen.
Yeah, that's right.
So Trump just asked me, he said, so you don't think Ukraine can win that war? And his answer was, you know, a miracle can happen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. What is your message to the EU? Because from Hungary and the EU want to impose their woke policies on Hungary. What is your message?
Well, I think they should respect Hungary and respect this leader very, very strongly because he's been right on immigration. Look what's happened to Europe with the immigration. They have people flooding Europe all over the place, and it's hurting it. It's the crime rates are way up. A lot of bad things are happening. His crime rates are very low. They're the same as they always were, which is very little crime because he's kept it the way it should be. Europe, I mean, I don't want to go into individual countries. They're all friends of mine, everyone. As you know, in NATO, they voted to.
Hey, by the way, all you guys talking shit on Trump or on me or on whatever in the chat, you're welcome to call in. I am taking callers live as we speak.
Go from 2% to 5%, and you know that nobody thought that was possible, and we had just about almost, other than Spain, a unanimous vote. No, I think that I think they respect him a lot. They don't agree with him, but actually, inwardly, I think they probably do agree. What he was right on immigration. They were wrong. They are flooding Europe with people from all over the world, and Europe is becoming a different place. And I tell the leaders all the time, you better stop or you're not going to have Europe anymore. It's a very dangerous thing they're doing.
May I have a reflection on that? So on migration issue, just for clarification, in Hungary, the number of illegal migration is like that, zero, because we have a crystal clear system. If somebody would like to come to Hungary, first he should ask for that. If he gives the permission, they can step in. Nobody can step on the territory of Hungary without having a permission from the Hungarian authorities. This is the regulation, simple, well working. What is the consequence of that? We are under sanctions, financial sanctions of European Union, because we don't let the illegal migrations to come to Hungary and to the European Union as well. So we have to pay, just to inform you, we have to pay every day €1 million as a punishment to the Brazilian budget, because we stop the migrants. This is the absurd world we are living now in Europe.
Mr. President, to both of you.
I want to hear that again, what he just said. I want to understand exactly what he meant right there.
Because we don't let
we got a
illegal
caller
migrations.
calling in. Hang on, guys. And I might want to play the video, so hang on tight. Hello? Hello?
Skylar.
Skylar's calling. Skylar, is that you?
Yeah.
What's going on? Welcome to the live stream, man. Hello?
Hi. How are you?
Good. What's happening? What's on your mind?
You said
You're
to call
live.
in if I disagree with Donald Trump and his policies.
Yeah, what do you disagree with Donald Trump?
Well, I mean, it'd make no sense for me to go over every single position I disagree with. How about you just name a non-immigration policy of Trump that you think is a good policy?
Well, you're the one that called in because you said you don't agree with Trump's policy, and you were going off in the chat, right? So
well, I mean,
tell me
I could
what you
go
disagree
off on
with.
tariffs. I could go off on the corruption of his thing. I mean, there's a million reasons. It'd make no sense for me because you would just deny all of those. How about you give me a positive reason besides immigration?
Okay, a positive thing. He secured the borders.
I said
How about
besides
that?
immigration. It was the first thing I said is a positive thing besides immigration. I'm willing maybe to say that there is some good that can come from his immigration policies, but everything else, there's no chance in hell.
So tell me what you disagree with then.
Tariffs,
you called in because you
is a
disagree.
Trump
So tell me what you
coin,
disagree
the
with.
fact that he's market manipulating. I can give you 1,000 reasons. I'm asking for you to give me one non-immigration reason Trump has done good for the country.
Okay, here's an easy one that everyone in the whole world agrees on. That's very simple. You guys forever were during the election and after post-election, prior to him getting in office, were crying about egg prices. Because he said he's going to fix it, and you guys went off saying he couldn't. He lowered the egg prices.
So first of all, he never raised or lowered the egg prices. It was because
He
of the
did. He
avian
brought egg
flu,
prices went down
and-
under his leadership. So you're going to deny that?
Okay, so are you going to be able to hold some nuance here and understand that not everything that the
Here we
president
go.
does-
Another liberal using the word nuance.
Okay.
Stop using with the word nuance and speak your mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
what caused the egg prices to go up?
Donald Trump came into office and egg prices went down. You guys cried about it and he brought the egg prices down. Now you're going to deny it. You can't give the guy a W. How about getting the hostages out of, how about helping the hostage being released on both sides? You're going to deny that too?
I guess, yeah, hostages being released would be one I would say is maybe you could give him credit for. I mean, he was a part of that. Was it 100% him? No. It probably would have happened regardless of president. But if you're really you're telling me here you only care about like a couple hundred people from Israel that were held hostage. What has he done for Americans? Because you're telling me egg prices, and I'll tell you the answer is
he's done lots of things for Americans.
Those prices to skyrocket, and then eventually they fell back down because it was a singular event. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump. He didn't raise or lower them. I don't blame him for the prices rising under him. I don't blame him for the prices lowering. Can you name a policy that he has instituted that is going to create good in this country? A policy, a specific thing that he has done.
I gave you something that's very simple, very clear cut, and you tried to deny his W on that. And you asked me to give you some things, and I did.
What did he do to lower prices? What did he do? Nothing. He didn't do anything to raise or lower.
He came into office and he lowered prices.
Working because of flu. Can you name a policy? Can you name something he's physically signed or
drill,
done?
baby? How about drill, baby, drill?
Okay, there we go. Yes, he's signed into law to drill more oil for the U.S. But do you not think that's a bad idea right now?
No, it's a great thing. We need to have energy independency in our country. We need to be producing a lot of energy.
Okay, but economically, oil prices are already really low. Why would we be drilling
it's
when
not about oil prices.
Why would
It's not
wait
only
for
about
oil prices to rise, then spend our efforts drilling when we could make more money.
It's not
Biden
about
made
oil.
incredible
It's
profit
not
off
just about
selling
oil
our
prices.
oil
What you
reserves
don't
at the
understand
start
on the
of Ukraine
left is
war.
it's not.
So I would say oil prices
It's
are
not
more
just
Biden's
about
positive
oil
than
prices.
Trump negative. If you're going to
It's not just about
I
oil
let
price.
you
Hang
talk.
on a second.
Can you let me talk?
Yo,
Okay.
Yo, slow
Make your
down, slow
point
down,
now, okay?
slow down. You said something, I'm responding. It's not just about oil prices. Listen to what I said specifically. It's about energy independence and having a lot of energy. We want to be the leaders in AI. We want to be the leaders in a lot of different things. We're bringing currently upwards of $13 trillion of manufacturing back to the country. We need energy.
Okay, and so can I ask you, because we've drilled oil, energy prices have gone down, right?
You're missing the prices. I mean, you're missing the point. The point is,
prices
we need
are going
energy.
up. According to your egg logic, I should be able to blame Donald Trump for energy prices going up because they are going up.
Well, where are energy prices going up? Gas is cheaper.
Everywhere in the United States because of AI.
No, they're not.
It's not because of Donald Trump.
No, they're not.
It's because of
That's
AI.
a lie.
This is the thing.
That's
You're
a
incapable of
lie.
nuance.
That's
You're
a
incapable of
lie.
understanding actions and consequences. You think everything that happens right now is because of Donald Trump? And
No, I
everything
think
that doesn't is because
you asked me, and I told you. Here's another thing that the chat is saying. Here, how about cheaper meds? How about cheaper meds?
Okay, he signed into law cheaper meds.
Yeah.
And you don't think that the other opposition party is the one that's pushing cheaper meds? Is Bernie Sanders not the one that's like been pushing that policy for like the past 10 years? Now you're trying to claim it as a
Bernie
Trump policy?
Bernie Sanders may have been talking about it, but Donald Trump is the one doing it, man. And I know it hurts. I know it hurts.
He would have done it. What are you talking about?
I know it hurts.
This is the easiest
but
debate I've ever had.
I know
in my
it
life.
hurts.
Can you actually?
And this is the same thing about what you guys cry about with the Epstein files. Everyone on the left cries about the Epstein files, but guess who actually?
What are you talking about,
Guess
man?
who actually made headway on the Epstein files? Donald Trump.
Trump.
Nobody
They're not
else.
released, man.
None of your Democratic presidents or Democratic leaders did what Donald Trump did. Bernie is all talk and Trump is action, just like what I just said. And you can't take it. You can't take it.
Where's the Epstein files, man? You just brought that up.
There's 40,000 more. How many pages of the Epstein files have you personally read, by the way?
None, because they won't release
None.
it.
Exactly. There's 40,000 plus Epstein files, and you haven't read one, and you want to cry about Epstein files.
Because they won't release it, dude. Literally.
Because you are. Because you. Let me. I'm gonna get someone else on the phone. I'm gonna get someone else on the phone. I'm gonna get someone else on the phone. But it's very clear that you are a Trump. It's very clear.
Like, dude, this is the
You're
easiest debate I've ever
crying.
been in.
Your TDS is hitting hard. You're crying. I'm gonna get you off the phone. Here we go. It is very clear that you are a Trump hater and you are a beta male.
You are a Trump hater. And you are a beta male.
Oh man, that was a good call. I like that one.
Beta male.
Beta male. You can tell in his voice, bro. He's transitioning, I think. Oh no.
Beta.
Skyler, come on. Come on. You can do better, bro. Go do some homework and come back. I got someone in the chat also asking me about my education. You want to talk about education? Get on the phone. Let's talk, bro. Let's see what you got. You got it. What are you educated? Let's go, baby. What do you got? Grow a pair. Get on the phone. Let's talk about your education, bro. Let's go.
To come to Hungary and
That's what I thought.
to the European Union as well. So we have to pay,
right.
just to inform you, we have to pay every day 1 million euro as a punishment to the Brazilian budget because we stopped the migrants. This is the absurd world we are living now in Europe.
Let's hear what he said here again, because he just said something that I thought was pretty strong, but I'm not sure. I want to be sure.
From the Hungarian Austria system, just for clarification, in Hungary, the number of illegal migration.
Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up. 1 second, guys. And turn this up.
Like that, zero, because we have a Christian.
We got another caller coming in.
From
Sean.
Hello. Sean, hello. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? You're live.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What's your screen name on YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm not exactly sure, brother. To be honest with you,
Oh,
I'm not sure. I think it's my first and last name. I was gonna subscribe to this, but I just ran across your page, man, and I was listening to that other guy hooping and hollering. To be honest with you, I think it's my first and last name. I think it's Sean Thompson.
Sean Thompson. So what's up, man? What's on your mind?
I just wanted to call. I came across your page and I wanted to say, hey, man, keep it up. It's good stuff. Unfortunately, I know you're looking for opposition to call in and give you a good argument. The left isn't going to be able to do that, man. They're just not. It's all about emotions and on my mind is I have a feeling that things are going to get really bad here because it's gotten to the point where, like, the justice system can't be trusted anymore because if you got an R next to your name in a Democrat state, you're going to get prosecuted. If you got an D next to your name in a Republican state, you're going to get prosecuted. We can't trust the law anymore. Our government is all about going. I just hate Trump. That's all I hear.
Well, I appreciate you saying those kind words and subscribing, and I appreciate you giving me your point of view. Even if you don't, it's okay that you don't disagree with me. I'm glad to take your call. And I think you're absolutely right. The Democrats started this whole thing of going after their political opponents using our legal system, and the cat's out of the bag. I mean, they started it. Now we got to finish it, and it's enough. Sitting on the sidelines and letting Democrats do all this wacky, crazy shit that they've been doing, and we got to stand up to it. Like, look what they did to Charlie Kirk. No more sitting down. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you 100%, brother. We got to get people like you, people like me. We've all got to get with people to vote in the midterms, because that's where they're getting us. Is we aren't giving him enough authority to be able to get through what we want done. So I
definitely agree. I got more people calling in, but man, thank you for calling in. Really appreciate it. If you're subscribing, man, we're glad to have you. And I'm here streaming, man, every morning and every night during the week, Monday through Thursday. Friday mornings I stream, but not at night. So I'm glad to have you. Oh, I also stream morning and night on Sunday. So pretty much 5-6 days a week I'm on here.
I will subscribe. Keep it up, brother, and stay strong.
Thank you.
God bless, man.
What state are you from, buddy?
Arizona, brother.
Arizona, baby. Love it, man. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Have a good day, brother.
You as well. Bye-bye. Arizona, baby. That was a nice call, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. W Arizona, bro. Hell yeah. We got another caller. Here we go.
Call from
Scott, what's up, buddy? You're live.
Hey, hope you're doing well, man. I just wanted
You
to
as
add
well.
on to some of the points Skylar was saying.
Sure.
The majority of the oil that we're currently extracting is actually set up to be exported, and it's, as with many different economic moves we currently have in this country, it's a wealth transfer from working class into wealthy class. Like, yeah, the people who run these energy companies are getting very, very rich, and as Trump said in meetings,
Say
with those
that
people,
last part again. Something about wealth class. What class? Say that. I don't understand what you meant.
So when Trump was campaigning before his second term, he went to multiple meetings with large energy corporation heads, and he was quoted saying, "I'm going to do everything in my power to help you." This wasn't like a trade union for the people who work on oil derricks, and this wasn't like for the states that have these oil reserves, like let's say some state that has a whole bunch of oil shale in it, or some place that has oil off its coastline. It was for the executives. And when you're seeing the energy resource being exported as opposed to being used to make us independent, because I'd love to be independent of OPEC too. OPEC countries have been pretty evil in the way that they treat their own citizens and their foreign policy choices, like Iraq invading Kuwait, causing desert storms, stuff like that, strictly to like steal their oil. That's no good. But I don't really see drill baby drill as a thing that leads to reduction of consumer prices in this country. I would think that like almost all of those moves either have to do with like a supply chain changing and resolving a temporary issue, or something like what was unique to eggs, where there was a disease causing the egg shortage and therefore price hike.
I would say the drill baby drill wasn't, again, I'm going to repeat myself because you and Skylar are making the same argument. I'm not saying it's reducing prices overall in our country. I'm saying that it's a step. It was, he asked me for some points, and I said that as one of the points, one of the policies, one of something good that Donald Trump did. That's what I said, remember? So when we talk about drill baby drill and the overall overarching kind of thing that we're doing here now that Donald Trump is president, is we're freeing up the production of energy. Drill baby drill, when you know, specifically speaks to oil, but in general, with our energy policies and opening up, the ability to produce energy in general is going to bring us closer to what you said and that you wanted. You want to have us become free of some of these other energy reliances that we have, and I think that does that. It's not overnight. And the fact that you're saying that some of this drilling is going to be going overseas, that's something that we're going to have to look at to see how that goes down. I think, we're in the beginning stages, and it's going to take time to kind of figure out what ends up happening with that stuff. Now, in general, I think we should be producing energy. That was my point, is we need to produce a lot of energy to do this kind of AI stuff, manufacture production, and all that kind of stuff. Do you agree with that?
I think it's great to be kind of like the top of the chart of anything that leads to economic growth. Like currently, we're the world's largest oil producer, and that's pretty cool. But I saw people who typically are not that political get involved on social media and speak in real life when places that are kind of seen as public goods, like large state parks, different places that are, ecological refuges for what I think could be considered a great resource of the country, unique habitats, unique species, whatever, being opened up to this drilling, which is always devastating to food chains. It creates like unprecedented issues. So yeah,
I don't agree with that, but that's okay. We can agree to disagree.
That oil drilling disrupts ecosystems?
You said that it's adversely affecting the cost of agriculture, like production of food?
No, I was saying, well, it does eventually impact food if like an oil pipeline messes with aquifers, and then that messes with the ability to produce food products in some places. But that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about like drilling in places like, they're even going into Arctic zones now. It was announced recently that we're going to do drilling in this place called ANWR, which was the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska. The type of things that like really makes people, in my opinion, become super nationalistic is like when they go to an amazing park or when they travel.
I think what you're talking about it sounds virtuous on the face of it, but it's a bunch of fear mongering from the left. And you don't have any proof of, these super exotic place or let's say these phenomenal parks that are being destroyed and all that kind of stuff. There's no actual proof of that. If you have that, be happy to look at it. But what are some other policies that you disagree with? Let me ask you this. Do you agree that Trump fixed the border?
Well, I think that having more immigration leads to higher tax revenue, much greater economic development, and typically studies suggest that as an area becomes more ethnically diverse, crime rates go down. So I think we went across the board when we're
let me just stop you there for a second, because both of those, two of those three, or I think you just mentioned two things, are not true. They're literally not true. Yeah,
we can definitely make different claims.
Immigration does not.
In your audience to just type those things into the search engine of their preference and just start reading some kind of scholarly study on the topic.
Yeah, you said that immigration is bringing crime down.
Yeah, it typically does.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well,
let me just
okay, you
help you out with that.
Phrases to help you learn this topic, because all I'm trying to do is share new information with you. I don't think.
Yeah, but you're sharing false information. You're not sharing new information. You're sharing false information. Bringing illegal immigrants and allowing for millions of undocumented illegal immigrants into our country does not help bring our crime down. That's not a fact.
In what way?
And then let me just help you out. When we had legal immigration, of the immigrants, those that are legal, you can look at. There's lots of statistics. In a lot of cases, you have smaller minorities of immigrants that are coming from, for example, Japan. And you compare that to larger illegal immigration, larger populations of illegal immigration coming from, let's just say, Muslim countries in Africa, specifically Ethiopia and some of these other ones. There's a larger percentage of violent crime coming from those countries that we're importing way more of. Legal immigrants than we have from legal immigrants from places like Japan. You can't deny that. That's just a fact. And I think the numbers are close to, and I'll give you, I'll give you the numbers, and you can compare those. For example, in Japan, I think of the population of legal immigrants from Japan, I think the ones that commit violent crime are right around 2%, 2 to 3%, if I'm not mistaken. And from some of these specific countries in Africa, Muslim countries, the illegals coming in, it's about 20 to 30% of them are committing violent crimes. So it's just not what you're saying is not true.
Okay. So I'm a world history teacher. I love being able to cover any kind of culture. I think comparing cultures
I don't
is
care what
super
you're teaching.
fascinating.
I don't care what kind of a that doesn't help your that doesn't help no
let
it
me
doesn't
go for
help
like
your
a minute.
argument. It
Let
doesn't
me go
help
for
your
a minute
argument.
'cause
Teachers
okay,
in our
then let me
country,
do
hold
a
on
new
a
point.
second. Hang on a second.
Dude, let me
Teachers,
get to a real point, buddy. That was just me
I'm
trying
going to
to
hang up on
compliment
you
you
if you
and
don't
be a
stop.
nice
This is my
person.
show. I'm going to hang up on you if you don't stop.
Okay. I just
Teachers
wanna
in our
share numbers.
country, I got to hang up on you. Teachers in our country are by and large spreading the most false information to our youth that are there to learn. Teachers in our country are some of the biggest problems with the education in our youth. Literally, teachers and professors are the culprits of this left ideology, woke, crazy ideology that's undermining the people growing up in our country. It's a complete nightmare. And for you to try to tell me you're a teacher and that somehow justifies what you're saying, it doesn't win you any points. And if you're ready to talk, you're welcome to call back.
Circular system. If somebody would like to come to Hungary, first he should ask for that. If he gives the permission, they can step in. Nobody can step on the territory of Hungary without having a permission from the Hungarian authorities. This is the regulation. Simple, while working. What is the consequence of
this is Skylar again calling in.
From Skylar. Hello?
Skylar. Are you able to chill out this time?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up? Did you go and research some talking points to come back?
I don't need to. I mean, not that hard to debate you.
I think you should.
Okay, then what should I have been researching on?
Whatever it was that you called in for.
Okay, this is about Donald Trump and Viktor Orban meeting in Hungary. Do you think that Viktor Orban's a good, what do you call him, prime minister?
I don't know. I was listening to to what he was saying, to his responses, to see what he has to say. I'm still figuring that out, just like you guys are. I'm watching this stuff with you guys.
Orban?
We're learning together.
Well, I mean, I already know everything. I don't know everything about him, but I know enough that I know I hate him.
What do you hate about Viktor Orban?
He's one of the most corrupt politicians, probably the most corrupt prime minister in the EU. And Hungary has significantly declined in GDP in the recent years. I mean, Poland,
How
you
so?
admitted it's more left-wing than them, and
How
they've
so?
done great.
Tell me how so
are
and
they
why
corrupt?
so. Yes.
They constantly are stealing EU funding, which usually is supposed to go to like healthcare and roads. And he just, he takes it and he gives it amongst his people. Do you want like peer-reviewed articles on this stuff or anything? It's not that hard to find.
No, I want you to give me some specifics.
Okay, so the EU gives out money to its countries that wants to build up their healthcare or their what do you call the infrastructure for like roads and stuff. It's a lot. So Hungary, being one of their poorer countries, asks for that money and is supposed to build roads and hospitals. Yet they don't. They just give that money to their corrupt officials.
I think the EU, what they do in general, is corrupt. I think these countries should be able to do whatever the hell they want to do with their money. Why should the EU tell anyone what to do?
Okay, I guess if you're going to make that point, go ahead. Yeah, they can live with their corruption. I would say in general that's bad for Hungarian
They're not living
citizens
with their corruption. You're saying they're corrupt. Why are they? How are they corrupt?
because they take.
I'm not. I don't even know. I'm not a Hungary. I don't research. I haven't researched the country of Hungary. I'm asking you genuinely. I don't. Why are they corrupt?
I just gave you an example of their corruption.
I don't find that corruption. In my opinion, they should be able to do whatever they want with their money, however they get it. Yeah.
I guess I can't argue with that. I mean, it's not corruption if they take funds that were meant for hospitals and roads and they use it on themselves. It's not like their citizens would greatly use those roads and hospitals, you know. I mean, just look at the economic output of Hungary. Their GDP per capita has stagnated compared to like Poland, which is much more left wing. So I think Poland's a good example of a country I would want to base our government around because they have done really good.
I don't know. So you like Poland? You like what the country of Poland is doing? Because I'm happy about what they're doing. They don't allow immigrants that are Muslim.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, how is that going to how is that going to change my day-to-day life?
Because they don't have violence in their country. Because they don't allow countries. They don't allow immigrants from crazy countries, violent countries that are Muslim.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's how
that's mainly be a crime reduction thing. You think the reason their GDP per capita has gone up is because of that Muslim ban, and I assume also maybe their no, that was Hungary that did the abortion ban. Never mind. Sorry, you go ahead.
Well, a lot of things are part of this. They're all ingredients into this whole thing. Having a reduction in crime, having lower population of people that don't want to assimilate, having a country that where the people are all on the same page and love their nation. That's a big problem. I mean, that's a big benefit, and it's something that helps the country grow together. If we had more of that in our country. Someone was just calling in. You're welcome to call in. I'll try to grab your call and put you on hold. I'm going to get off the phone in a second with Skylar, but we could use that. We could use that in our country. A lot of people in our country want to talk shit about the country that they live in and that they would never leave. And it's like, dude, why don't you love your country? What's wrong with making America great again? What's wrong with the American flag? You guys literally don't like the American flag. It's the weirdest thing in the world. A country like Poland, however, they're very nationalistic. They very much love their country. They very much stand together and defend each other and work towards a common goal, bettering their country. Hang on one second.
Call from
Scott.
Scott, one second.
Okay.
Skylar, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So does that make sense?
I mean, I understand the regular immigration and nationalistic arguments and everything, and I'm not like necessarily opposed to them. I think that we probably should have closed the border a while back. It's a big reason Biden lost the election, but more because of inflation, though. Though I just that is why when I argue with you, I'm not going to make immigration or nationalistic arguments because there's no merit in that. Your stance on those opinions, it's not going to change. It doesn't really.
Why won't you discuss immigration? I'm confused. You said there's no merit in that. What does that mean?
No, I'm not saying there's no merit in your argument. There's obviously merit. There's a conclusion to be made. But the thing is, I don't want to argue immigration with a Trump supporter because it might be his only issue that he's right on. Like if I'm going to say that Trump's
then
right on something,
why wouldn't you allow that for that type of a W? Why won't you speak to that? That's something that Trump did. That is correct.
Are we going to argue over slavery? I agree. I think that it should be banned. You probably think it should be banned. So if we both think that, maybe immigration should be slowed down, why are we needing to argue over it? I think we should
Well,
argue
because
on Trump.
well, because it's very convenient for those of you that want to talk trash on Trump and bash Trump. You don't want to talk about the things where he's winning or he did right for the country.
Okay, so let's say this. Let's do this. You have the win. You have the win on immigration. He's the best politician when it comes to immigration.
It's
Okay?
not me.
But
I'm
is that
saying your
everything? Hey,
president,
let me finish.
your President Trump, your President Trump, he did something that was great for our country. Do you agree or not?
Ending illegal immigration. Is that what you're talking about?
However you want to put it.
If Donald Trump ends illegal immigration, which is his main goal, I would say that probably is for the best. But I want to talk to you. Is immigration the only thing that matters to the presidency? No, right?
No, we just went through a bunch of things, but we're talking about, your dislike for Trump and, name me things that he did right. And I'm naming it for you, and you won't wholeheartedly, or you won't just flat out agree with it. It's a reality.
I agreed with you.
You didn't agree with me. You said, well, I guess, and if it's this and that, it's not. The guy literally, your president or your left-leaning part, your left party for the last 4 years.
Man?
I don't know.
I'd vote for Rand Paul if I could choose the president right now.
Okay,
I am
well, he didn't run for
concerned with
president.
U.S.
So
national debt. That's my number one policy.
Well, Rand Paul
policy. You know anything about
Rand
me?
Paul just rejected a bill. Did you see that yesterday?
Yeah, because it would raise the debt, and I agree with that. Anything that raises the debt is disastrous for the country.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Did the bill increase spending?
Literally yesterday, Rand Paul rejected a bill from Senator Kennedy. Senator Kennedy presented a bill that said if the government's shut down, members of Congress should not get paid. Rand Paul objected to it.
You want me to explain this? Because I can explain this in very clear terms, but you have to change your mind afterwards.
You think that Congress should get paid while the government's shut down?
Yes, because
Okay.
I believe that Congress should be paid more than what they are. And that's a very unpopular opinion, but I can explain it very well.
Okay.
I believe that a big reason politics has been run by rich people is because it's very expensive to be a politician. To be a politician in America, you have to not only spend money running for a race, but you have to spend money flying in between your state and paying for a place in Washington, D.C. It's very expensive. So really only these multimillionaires can live there. When you remove the pay for congressmen, all you're doing is making it impossible for the few congressmen who make the salary I do to continue being congressmen and House of Representatives. I think it's important for our republic that our politicians are well paid and don't stock trade so that they don't have any incentive outside of providing for the public.
Okay. So I wholeheartedly disagree. I think that if Democrats are going to vote every day to not reopen the government and not pay people that are working, that whoever's affected, let's just say, by the government being shut down, they don't want them to get their pay. I think they should not get their pay either. I think they're part of the government, and if they're going to shut down the government, they should not get paid either, and that they should have incentive to come and open the government. Because theoretically, if we go by your theory, or if we go by your, let's say, ideology, then the Democrats could continue voting or not voting to open the government forever, and they'll be getting paid, hypothetically, and it won't happen, we're assuming, but they could keep the government shut down when people not get paid while they're getting paid.
So, I mean, but again, if you want to end the shutdown, you want them to do their job, right?
Yes, but do you understand what I just said makes perfect sense, does it not?
So your argument is that taking away the pay will incentivize them to end the government shutdown, right?
It's one of, yes. It may not do it, but it would be some incentive for them to do that. Yeah.
Okay, but again, the government being shut down or not. Okay, First
All
of
right.
all, the
I'm
salaries
gonna,
of the
I appreciate you calling, bro. I'm gonna switch back to the other line and grab. I think Scott's waiting
Okay, well, the
patiently.
salaries don't make a difference in the debt, and you're just an idiot. Bye. Okay, well, the salaries don't make a difference in the debt, and you're just an idiot. Bye.
Scott, you there? Scott, you there?
Hey, I'm here. How you doing?
What's up, man? Are you in a better place now? You're able to chill out?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely chill.
Okay.
Yeah, no need to talk about my career unless you really want to. We can pivot the conversation to immigration, but I like that, or I mean to education. But I like that you're focused on the immigration thing. Is it okay if we continue to talk about immigration for a bit?
Yeah, let me just put this call on hold, and let me just say thank you to Eric for the super chat. Appreciate you, Eric. Good looking out, man. Thank you for supporting me. Let me just put this call on hold. 1 second.
Call from
Peter Thiel.
Let me place you on hold. Hey there. I'm just going to place you on hold for a moment while I take this other call.
No problem.
Thank you. All right. Scott, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So talk to me. What's up, man?
Okay.
What's
so
your beef?
You've
What's
got
your
beliefs,
beef?
and
Huh?
you're basing your beliefs on ideas you have about statistics. Like you shared statistics about some Japanese crime stuff. And I think it's interesting to talk about other countries. Maybe our country could learn from it. But is it okay if I share what seems to me are compelling statistics about U.S. crime related to immigration?
I mean, let's. Okay, go ahead.
So a lot of people on the right, when they wanted to vote for a second Trump term, they felt like the border was in a really problematic state under Joe Biden's presidency. So right now I'd like to share data from 2023. So that's like Biden's been president for a few years. Potentially his border policies have led to a lot of undocumented immigration. I feel like that's the narrative that some people on the right would likely want to broadcast on a show like your own. Okay. So 2023 data says native-born Americans had an incarceration rate of 1,221 per 100,000 people, while undocumented immigrants had a rate of 613 per 100,000, and legal immigrants had the lowest rate of 319 per 100,000. This could possibly mean that law enforcement is not pursuing action against those people, though none of this information, which is just a collection of government information, it's not done by like an independent group. I don't believe that there is a reason to cite that. And then a second study, again, exclusively from government sources, which is, the best data for crime. They're the people who collect it. It would be the best people to go to. It's like straight to the source. Says that undocumented immigrants are half as likely to be arrested for both violent and property crimes as U.S.-born individuals in a study that goes from 2010 to 2020, like a 10-year-long literature review. So if
Okay, what did you say? Can you repeat the numbers on the undocumented illegal immigrants again?
Yeah, undocumented immigrants have half the incarceration
No,
rate.
the one prior to that.
613. Yeah, it's okay. Undocumented is 613 compared to 1,221 of native-born immigrants.
613. Let's just go with your numbers, and we'll just. I'm just gonna, caveat this by saying, undocumented immigrants are the ones that are the hardest for law enforcement to convict. And that's just one caveat. However, let's just go with your numbers. You said 613 per 100,000, correct?
Yep, that's the undocumented rate.
And how many illegal immigrants came into our country during the 4 years of Biden?
Okay, let's Google that real quick. It's usually hard to tell because they don't really collect census data on people who don't want to voluntarily collect it. So it's usually like an estimation.
Grab my calculator here. We're going to do some math. So, yeah, it's 630. Go ahead.
Okay. So just quick, I just think it's always helpful to just use the
Let's
search
call
engine
it.
real quick.
Okay,
I trust search
there's
engines.
a couple different numbers. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's a couple of different numbers just to kind of speed up our conversation because there's someone on hold and other people want to call in. The lowest, most conservative numbers of how many illegal immigrants came in during Biden's administration is 10 million, and the highest is over 20 to 25 million. Do you agree with that?
The estimation is more than 10.8 million.
Correct. That's what I said. Let's call it 15 million, right? Let's call 15
I
million.
mean, that's a massive difference between the accurate estimate and what seems like a fantasy for you.
It's
But,
not a fantasy.
just
Most
try
of
to
the
focus on the main point here,
do
and
you
then I
do
think
you
you've got the
agree that
capacity to-
do you agree that we cannot have a proper number of we cannot know how many illegal immigrants came in because they literally are here illegally undocumented and we don't know who they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
So let's
yeah,
just
it's hard
call
to
it
collect some data on them.
let's just go by 12 million. How about that? Is that better?
Sure.
Okay, 12
So then,
million
yeah,
divided by, hold on, 12 million divided by 100,000 is 120. 120 times 613 is 73,560. Do you understand what I just did there?
Yep.
So you said illegal immigrants commit 613 on average 613 violent crimes per 100,000. And we're saying if there's
that was
12
just
million
incarcerations, it's not violent crimes, so it could be other things.
okay, incarcerations, which is typically serious crimes. So 613 per 100,000 comes, if you times that into 12, if you do times 12 million, I'm trying to dumb this down for our audience, times 12 million people, hold on, hang on.
Okay.
Times 12 million people, that's 73,560 incarcerations that should have never happened. Regardless of what you want to compare to our population of our country, that's 73,560 incarcerations that should have never happened because people should not blitz and bum rush any country illegally. That's my point about immigration.
I think that is a compelling point that it's like, these crimes should have never happened in the first place. It feels like totally unacceptable. Why are they here? I do find that to be the most compelling thing about your position because I've heard that from other people who share.
Yeah, it's just the reality, bro. If you and I go to any country illegally, we're gonna be kicked out or we're gonna be stopped. It's not cool. You should not bum rush. You should not bum rush and blitz into our wonderful nation, America, the greatest country in the world, illegally. That's a bad way to start the relationship with the greatest country in the world that you want to go live at. And then you want to come and get incarcerated for some crazy crime?
Do you think that negative offsets all the potential positives that their
100%.
president could have?
100%. I'm a product. Listen. I'm a product of immigrants. My parents immigrated here. Yeah, awesome. I'm happy about that. I am a big believer of immigration, but it should be done legally. And you should not be illegally running into this country to start off your relationship with our country. I don't agree with that. And I think it's bullshit.
I don't believe this is
and I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not saying they're all bad. And I'm not saying they're horrible people. And I'm not saying that it's obvious that a percentage of them will do great things when they come here. Whether that's a net benefit to us or not is to be determined. But I definitely don't think we should be having them here undocumented. We don't know who they are. And we don't need these 73,560 people doing some crazy crimes to get incarcerated. It's not cool.
I'd appreciate just a moment here to try to connect to the things that we were talking about before we got in these statistics, and I think statistics help a lot. So whenever we look at any impact on things, you should definitely cost-benefit analysis, pros and cons. And you were talking a lot about prices going down of things like food and energy. You know that these people, first off, getting ripped off when they're being farm hands and labor and energy production, they are essential to keeping cost of living low. And without their first off, our country typically invites them. Like, I don't know if you have friends who are farmers. I know some people who are farmers. There's some YouTubers who cover the agriculture industry.
What's your overall point?
We need to have migrant labor for specific harvest seasons. So you need those people. Like, it's not like we can just say, like, oh, get
I
rid of them.
completely
It's more
disagree
harm
with
than
you.
good.
I completely disagree with you. We don't need migrant workers. We have plenty of people here in the country that we
But
should
the
focus on.
agricultural industry says it does.
And I also believe, let me just stop you there. I also believe we need to get rid of minimum wage. We need to allow people to work for less money legally in our country so that more people can have entry-level positions, entry-level jobs, and work their way up through the workforce. I think it's a fact that implementing and having an effective minimum wage has hurt the very people it was intended to help.
Right, because potentially increasing minimum wage can just lead to the costs of goods going up, and it kind of becomes a wash. I know that type of argument.
No, it's a number of things. It not only makes the cost of goods going up, it makes the people running these businesses that have entry level positions, they find every which way to reduce their workforce, and even of those employees that they keep or those positions that they keep, and if they're able to continue operating their business, they will reduce their hours. That's how that works. Yeah. And so those very like, for example, do you know who a large percentage of people are that want entry level positions?
There's all different kinds. There's young people, people who are exiting retirement because they need new income due to Social Security not being enough. There's all different kinds of
the major one is the first one you said. Young people that are just starting out, that have no experience, have never had a job, they need a job, and they want to get going. And what do? They get hired for pennies on. They get hired at very, very low salaries or incomes or hourly pays, and the companies don't know who these people are. They're just starting out. They don't even know if you can stick to your schedule or come into work on time. And you're going to show them that by having this entry level job, and then you can work your way up. And that's how that works. And so by having an effective minimum wage of $15 an hour or whatever it is here in California now, for example, you box out people that are just starting out in life. And not only that, you box out, for example, legal immigrants. You box out other people that are on the lower income bracket. You box them all out. Now you're hiring people that are in their mid-20s to mid-30s that want jobs that pay minimum wage, and you box out younger people. It's just a fact. So anyway, I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna grab this other call real quick, and then if you have
it's undeniable
more.
that immigrants reduce crime. It's undeniable that immigrants boost the economy.
Sorry to have you on hold. Are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Are you still? How's it going? What's your name?
Hey, my name is James. I didn't catch your name. Sorry.
Medi, like medication.
Maddie. Good to meet you, man.
MEDI.
I thought this was all live. I didn't realize that you're taking calls.
It is live.
Then,
You're on live.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, my
Yes.
my thing's just a little delayed. Hey, so I got 2 points.
Sorry. Let me place this call on hold. 1 second.
Call from
Sean.
Sean, are you there?
Hey, I'm here, brother.
Let me place you on hold. 1 second, okay?
No worries.
All right. Tell me your name again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My name's James.
James, what's up, James?
Oh, I'm good, man. So I wanted to hit on 2 points. I know you've already talked about immigration a whole bunch, so I just wanted to share my view on that. And then my second point I wanted to hit on was Israel. Now, I don't want to get you banned or anything crazy, so I can do most of the talking if you want. But yeah, let me just start off with I'm a veteran. I went to college and now I own a small business. and I live in Idaho.
Thank you for your
So,
service.
Yeah. So I live in Idaho, right? And I grew up here. It used to be white Christian community, all farmers.
Do you like
And,
potatoes?
I do like potatoes. I do.
All right.
We do a great job. So the entire rest of the country owes us a big thank you for their fucking French fries.
There you go. What's your name on YouTube? What's your screen name?
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me see. Jim.
Jim? Okay, because the chat was wondering who you are. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, anyway, so I think that, you're talking about illegal immigration. I kind of agree. We should shut down our borders. We shouldn't let, people cross into our country illegally. But I would take it a step further. When you have 15 million people every year for the past 4 years going into your country, obviously you're going to have issues. And I think the biggest issue of them all is we're a Christian government, and our people are becoming non-Christian, So you're hearing by like 2037, the white Christian majority is going to be a minority. I think that's a big issue because you got places like New York who just elected a fucking Muslim mayor who's also a communist. That's bad. It's bad for the country, right? So I believe that we should keep our fucking borders shut down and that we shouldn't allow legal immigration either. And I think everybody who has immigrated here in the past 5-10 years should be on some kind of probationary period to where you commit a violent crime, you get deported. What do you think about that?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't think I agree with the fact that we are a Christian nation. Not that I'm not religious in any way, but everything else that you said, I agree with. I haven't thought about putting everybody on probation that was here in the last 5 years, but now that you say it like that, I don't know. I don't think I'm opposed to that, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got the Constitution. God's written all over it. All the founding fathers were Christians besides one who's a Catholic.
I
still
agree.
a Christian, right?
I'm aware of that, and I agree with that for sure. But we do have we do our country is somewhat based on separation of church and state, but I would say a lot of the things our constitution and our country is based on are of Christian values, but I don't think they were pushing Christianity.
Right, but if your country's based on Christian values and your government's based on Christian values, there is a separation between church and state. But if all of our values and laws are based off of Christian values, and you have a non-Christian people who don't assimilate, whether they're coming in legally or illegally,
That's
not
a big
assimilating
problem. That's
into
a
our
big problem.
society and our government, it's a huge fucking issue. And then you have all these fucking people like the last two callers who, we can allow some immigration. These motherfuckers, they're skinwalkers. I feel like they're paid liberals, dude. Like I don't know how you can. Yeah, I don't know how you can live and see what's going on right now and believe that immigration's a good thing.
I agree. Immigration was a great thing. I think immigration was fantastic when my parents came in here, and they were the happiest people in the world to be American, and they were not burning the American flag; they were flying the American flag.
Yeah.
And that was a different type of immigration. These days, you have these people running in here, as I said before, they're blitzing our country, and they have this sense of entitlement, and it's this craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And my parents are still alive. And I talked to them, and they can't believe the shit they're seeing. They're like, well, these people are psychotic. Why would you kill yourself and put your family in danger and come in here and do all this crazy shit only to come and have contempt for the country that you came into?
Yeah, I mean, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It's a beautiful, awesome thing, but it's also an issue when you have people fleeing other countries. We're being terrorized, coming here and burning our fucking flag, and we're just standing for it, Like, yes, I believe in freedom of speech, but
Aaron
know.
in the chat says burning the flag of the country you just immigrated to should be means for deportation.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
fucking agree, dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
Yep. So tell me about this other thing you wanted to talk about. And
Israel.
Okay.
Peter
Tell me.
Thiel. So
Talk to me.
So I don't want to get you banned. So obviously, don't say anything that is going to get you banned. But I've been a big Trump guy for the last 4 or 5 years, and this year, things have kind of changed, primarily in regards to Israel, right? So I think everybody on the right has been pro-Israel for a long time, and I think people are starting to wake up to what's going on. And we're sending $6.8 billion every year more to Israel, and we're told that they're our greatest ally. And on the same token, we have companies like Palantir that in 2003 was funded by the CIA. CIA was their only client for 6 years, and now they're quote unquote public, but they use AI statistics that's used by law enforcement against their own people. So I think the Patriot Act is a pretty terrible thing, because then you don't have to be under investigation. You have to be somewhat related to a different investigation that's going on. And they're using that to spy on the American people. And it's not for, at least I don't believe it's being used for the good of America, because Palantir is ran by Peter Thiel, who's good friends with OpenAI, and their CEO is from Israel, and they do a lot of stuff in Israel with targeting Hamas. Now, I don't have a problem with killing off Hamas. I do have a problem with one of the most powerful defense contractors in the world being hand in hand with our government, and also being, also pledging allegiance to Israel. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that share your sentiment. I think Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes are probably the most vocal on YouTube about that. Is that true?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
The issue is it's not a mainstream thing yet, and everybody who's talking about it is being called an anti-Semite. I don't fucking watch Candace Owens. I think she's gone off the rails. But when you have somebody like her, who's actually an anti-Semite, it makes everybody else with real criticisms look bad. And I think it's a terrible thing. I think people should fucking wake up to this shit. I think we should stop sending billions of dollars to fucking Israel. I think we should use that money to deport everybody who's here illegally and or not assimilating.
Yeah, State Line in the chat says that's why I don't completely trust Vance. He's too connected to the Teal plant Palantir.
Yep, he's fucking right, dude. That's a groper right there, groiper.
Yeah, right. I don't think State Line's a groiper, but he does. He's one of my moderators, and he's on Discord with us. And he just looks into a lot of things. You should join our Discord. There's a lot. We talk on and off stream there. It's pretty good a place there for our community. But I would say, there's a lot of people that share the sentiment that you're sharing right now, and I would also say that that one of the great things about the right, that the people on the left, don't understand, is the people on the right will criticize each other a lot, and will do it openly, just like you did. You right now criticize. You sound to me like you are on the right. However, you openly will criticize the people that are also on the right, and the right does that, and we're okay with doing that. We're okay with calling each other out, and I think that's a great thing. That shows, it's not, the right is not the cult that the left is. The left likes to call the right a cult. They like to call the right this thing that's being run by one leader, and it's not. Or it's everything. It's Trump's word is the only thing that goes, and it's not. And you are a good example of that. And so is Tucker Carlson. So is everyone else that's on the right. we all are willing to openly disagree with each other and call each other out, even if it means, that it's a detriment to ourselves or other people.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your last question? What's your outlook next 5 years? Where do you think we're going, man? Because I think we're at a crossroads and maybe past it, and I don't know if we can fix it.
A lot of the guys that I talk to feel the same way you do. But my take on it is there are things we can do to get things back in line. And I think there's a silver lining in a lot of this. For example, when we had this government shutdown, if there's a good thing to come out of it, the silver lining is that it's made us look into SNAP and different welfare programs like SNAP that are being looked at under the magnifying glass now. Even the very people that are on SNAP are looking at it more closely, and they're being forced to. We know the numbers now, and the whole world knows the numbers now. 42 or 43 million people are on SNAP, which is 12% of our population. That's a lot. And, just like that's happened, I think that's what happened with this recent election in New York City. I think now that we have a Muslim communist, calls himself a socialist Democrat. There's no such thing as a socialist Democrat. It's complete, utter bullshit. And I think Islam is going crazy now. I think two things. One is having an Islamic communist to become the mayor of New York City, the biggest city in our country, is going to put these kinds of things under more scrutiny now, and people are going to look at these things and become way more aware of them, and we're going to talk about them a lot more. A second thing is with Islam. Islam was infiltrating the West, and it was doing it slowly, and it was winning. However, have you noticed in the last year to year and a half, Islam pushed so hard in England, in France, in United States, in these Western countries, it's pushed so hard that it made people pissed off about it, and now people are openly against it when in the past you couldn't be.
Yeah, it's convert or die, man, and they pry on cities and governments who don't have a fucking backbone. And I hope it's not too late. I hope.
Well, I would say, bro, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what I'm trying to say is they're pushing, they're going so crazy with this stuff. They're pushing so hard with this stuff that they're ruining their own plans of trying to do it in a slow way and trying to get into it and take over. They're getting in there, but now we're all pissed off. Now we're all against it openly because they went nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. I think we're waking up, trying to find our backbone, but I don't think these Democratic-run cities, even if everybody else is realizing what's going on, are gonna not let it happen to them. I mean, these people on the left, they have no values. It's easy to attack somebody and take control of somebody if they don't have any values. They don't have backbone.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, I'm gonna like this to. I'm gonna make this analogy to the trans thing that happened. As well as I do, in the past 3, 4, 5 years, this trans thing went completely crazy. Men and women's sports, men and women's bathrooms, all this kind of stuff, and in the schools, and then all this crazy stuff going on. They went so hard on it that they made us really mad. And what happened? We basically said, get the F out of here, bro. Screw off. Get out of here. We don't want none of this. And now you see this trans thing lost its steam. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Maybe you're giving me a little bit of hope.
Yeah. So just the same way that happened with the trans stuff and all this woke bullshit, crazy nonsense. I think that's what's happening. I think he got disconnected. But guys, I think that's what happened with the. Let me go to this. Is somebody still on the phone there? Are you still there? No. I think that's what happened. That's what's happening with this Muslim thing. I think that's what's happening with this whole communism thing. Liberals are now understanding that being a liberal is whack. And now they want to say, oh, I'm not a liberal. I'm a socialist, Democrat. It's like, no, you're a liberal lefty and you've lost your mind. And now you're trying to find this, your newest gender, your new gender is now socialism. That's your new gender. You're a socialist.
Of that. We are under sanctions, financial sanctions of European Union because we don't let the illegal migrants.
How'd you guys like that? How would you guys like those conversations? Pretty good? I ain't afraid, guys. I ain't afraid to take calls from anybody. You guys want to call in? Let's go. Let's go.
Migrations to come to Hungary and to the European Union as well. So we have to pay, just to inform you, we have to pay every day.
Here we go. This guy called back.
Call from
Sean.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Sean, you're live, buddy.
Hey,
What's happening?
how's it going, man? Listen, I know you're looking for opposition to kind of debate with you, but I really don't have any opposition to what you're saying because a lot of what you're spitting is facts, man. What I do have opposition to is a couple of the people that have called in most recently. I live in Arizona. I talked to you earlier. I live in Arizona, man. I'm a border
I know.
state.
I remember you're from Arizona, bro. Good to have you back.
I'm a border state, man, and all of this talk about, well, there's 613 illegal immigrants committing heinous crimes per 100,000. Well, it's easy to come up with those numbers when you have sanctuary cities like New York, Chicago, Boston that don't differentiate between citizen and illegal. So we don't know what their crime stats are.
Good point.
So
Very good point.
It could be hundreds of thousands, and they're not differentiating between the two, so we don't know. And all of this talk about them coming across the border, and there was this many, there was that many. I live in Arizona, man. I can't let my kids go out in the front yard because people are running up in people's front yards and snatching their kids, man.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
So we got liberals that'll play loose and free with other people's freedoms and other people's safety because they're sitting in Connecticut in a nice little house. We were told border walls don't work, but yet they took money from us and paid for a wall around Biden's home on the beach.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
I don't understand that. And then you've got these people calling in and they're talking about authoritarianism and fascism. I don't even think they know the definitions of these words because racism doesn't even have any meaning anymore. Authoritarianism, it's a group or a leader, charismatic, that can speak to a group and basically silences opposition. Well, now
Bro, they don't know
Biden.
what any of this crap means. They don't know what they keep throwing these words around. Authoritarian. He's a this. He's a Hitler. He's a Nazi. He's a Trump. Is this or anybody on the right, bro? They talk all this trash. They don't know what it is. They can't explain it when you ask them, and they're lost, bro. And what they do is they project. They are calling you the same thing that they are in their head. Let me take this call 1 second, brother. Or you know what? I'm gonna grab this call. Thank you for calling, man. Appreciate you.
You bet.
Thanks. Bye.
Call from
Devontae.
Devontae, you are live, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing good.
What's happening?
I heard the other dude say Connecticut. It's not everybody in Connecticut is a Democrat. Just letting you know. It's more conservative out here, but it's not a lot.
So you're from Connecticut?
Yeah.
Right on. Right. Okay. And you're saying not everybody in Connecticut is a Democrat.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Peyton Jackson?
No.
She said, "I was born black, not Democrat." You ever heard that?
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's another interesting. Anyway, what is it? What did you want to say?
Honestly, I believe Trump is doing exactly that we voted him in for. And the border, I like he closed the border and more jobs are coming into America because I know Canada is losing a lot of the jobs and it's all coming to America. And I'm loving it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, what you said is 100% true. They like to call Trump king. They like to call this fascism and all this kind of other crap. And here's the reality. They had their own Democratic presidents that promised them the world, didn't deliver on any of it. We had a president that said, hey, listen, elect me, and these are the things that I want to do, and these are the things I will do if you elect me. And we said, you know what? We like those things, and we want to elect you. And we voted for him. And then the guy comes into office and actually does the things he said he's going to do.
Yes. And another thing is, when people say Trump is a king, if he was a king, they will not be protesting. They'd probably be in a nice way swimming with the fishes. If we had a dictatorship,
Exactly.
we will not be speaking.
Wayne in the chat says jobs coming in. Just look at the data. Wayne, jobs are coming in. We didn't say he did it right at a snap of a finger and he snapped his finger and now there's jobs here. No,
it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just that the tariffs and the bad policies each country has. Canada has really bad policies. People are talking about it on YouTube already, showing it what's happening, the food. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, not only that, as Trump is bringing manufacturing jobs back, it's a process. Once these factories are built and all these different companies build their facilities out here, and then we're going to have more jobs out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a overnight, all of a sudden there's all these jobs. That's not how it works. That's why you have losers like Wayne in the chat that are going to say, well, where's the job? I don't see a job. It's like, no, it takes time.
It's multiple things that he's doing that people don't understand. We sending money to other countries. People complain about that, but this is how we push our influence around. Have countries build American products, and we build their roads, and they work for us, like China was doing. We trying to kick China out.
100%, bro. They're asking me to hit the beta button for Wayne. Nathan is asking. Here you go, bro.
Beta.
Come on, Wayne. Don't be a beta male, bro. Beta male.
Beta male.
Wayne. Beta Wayne.
Beta male.
So a lot of people don't know that how the world actually works, because the world is a terrible place. And I see people left America and they complaining.
Yep.
They want to come back to America. You should never left. But you found out the hard way. Some lady went to Africa, and now she don't like it. Everything you got to pay for electricity. You got to be rich to have electricity over there. There's a luxury over here. Soap and all that other stuff. The lady that moved to Russia, she found out the hard way. I don't know why all these Democrats don't know America is the best country you could live in. We can do anything that we want to do.
Dude, you said your name was Devontae?
Yes.
W. Devontae, bro. I love that. You're absolutely right. It's the greatest country in the world to live in. And, we need to, have our immigration dialed in so that, and what Trump has done with immigration, I think is going to make it to where when people actually come here from now on, they're going to respect the country more, and they're not going to have this entitlement type of a thing. They're going to be happy to be here, excited about being in America, and it's going to completely change that mentality altogether.
And I got a question for the Democrats, because I know there's some Democrats on there. If you don't like the immigration system, why don't ask your politicians to change the immigration system if you guys don't like it? Because they don't want to do it.
Great question. Because I'm going to tell you why they don't do that. Because all Democrats can do is complain about Trump. They have Trump derangement syndrome, and Trump is their daddy, and they're mad at their daddy, and they have contempt for Trump, and they cannot see anything past Trump. So they don't even understand or think about, oh, let me tell my Democratic leaders to work on this thing. No. All their Democratic leaders do is try to stop Trump. That's all they do. They don't know how to do any of this stuff. They don't know how to work on stuff. Have you seen Democrats actually put up some kind of a good policy or any policy in the last 4 years?
No, honestly, no. But what
No,
I do
bro.
see is, what I do see is like the immigration system, all in blue states. Why do they put all the minorities all in one spot, even the illegals, all in one spot, and then say that's racism? But you're the one that put them there. Why you don't put them in the rich neighborhood? Because they didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And nobody ever asked that question.
Absolutely. They sanctuary
They make
cities,
it about
bro.
race.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, man. And that's why we love Jesse Lee Peterson. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh no, bro. You don't know JLP?
I have to do my research on him.
Okay, when you get off the phone and you go in the chat, I'm gonna put some Jesse Lee Peterson for you and for everyone, so you can see who that is. That's why we love JLP, bro, because and people like that, because he tells it how it is, and the reality is these Democrats are the ones that are racist.
Oh yeah, honestly, if you
They're the ones that can't stop talking about skin color. They can't stop talking about minorities. They can't stop talking about women. They can't stop all of this stuff. They can't stop because they want to keep. Go ahead.
But you have to realize, Democrat Party has always been racist. You got to realize, Lincoln was a Republican. He's the one that freed the slaves. The Democrats wanted slaves, and when they didn't do that, they made the KKK, and then that didn't work. They made the Jim Crow era. So
Oh my God, bro! Got everybody in the chat. Can you hear Devontae? Can you imagine how much Devontae is gonna love Jesse Lee Peterson when I put him on to Jesse? Bro, you're gonna lose your mind when you find out who JLP is, bro.
Democrats use racism to control people, and they're the ones that actually be.
I 100% agree, bro. And I'm gonna get off the phone, and I appreciate you calling in, and go back to my live stream so you can see what I'm doing right now. All right, you the man. Right on, man. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not all, dude. It's all, we're all the same people, bro. Leave people alone. Leave skin colors alone. Leave minorities alone. Leave women alone. Leave everybody alone. Let people figure out their own lives. Stop trying to tell people they're worse than other people because of their skin colors and shit. You know what I mean? Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. They couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
Be more conservative.
But say that one more time. They couldn't hear you, man. My bad.
I'm an independent, and I lean more conservative. But all the conservative people want is people coming in the country the correct way. We don't care that you come in the country the correct way. We only care if you come in the country the wrong way. That's the only problem we got. We want people to come in the country the correct way.
100%. 100% agree with you, bro.
It.
W. Devontae, bro. Devontae said, if you guys missed it, he said he's half white, half Puerto Rican, and he says there's nothing wrong with white people, and I totally agree, bro. You're the man. Thanks for calling, bro.
Thank you.
See ya. All right, bye. Guys, check it out. So this is for Devontae. See, this is the great white hope, bro.
The great white hope. The great white hope.
That's the great white hope, baby, right there. Yeah, baby. And I'm not a boomer, bro. I'm not a boomer. My parents are boomers. Wayne, that's your daddy right here on my shirt. Devontae, if you're back on the stream, Jesse Lee Peterson is this guy right here. You ready? Here we go. Let's just put something like here.
Beta.
No, he's not, Jesse.
Yeah, he's a beta.
No, he's not.
He is a beta.
I can't believe I'm being bullied right now on live on the air.
Disagreeing and complaining about the Jews.
I had a lot of.
Are they white supremacists?
No.
I'm sorry?
That was a mixed answer.
Good ones don't. But why do most blacks? Why do black? Are you a slut? Why do black people see white? Well, most blacks, not all. The good ones don't. But why do most black people like yourself see white people as supreme over them?
Well, if going out on a date with a guy.
So Devontae, I don't know if you're in the chat, bro, but this is Jesse Lee Peterson's merch that we bought. This is one of the shirts I bought from Jesse Lee Peterson's own store, his shop online. He calls Donald Trump the Great White Hope. Dottie says, Mehdi, play his debate with Destiny.
Having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
A slut maker. Oh, wow.
Black Lives Matter is a far-left, liberal, radical, agitative organization founded by a bunch of black lesbians and homosexuals and
Mr. Peterson,
radical
I suggest you give...
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mr. Peterson, you're now descending into extremely unpleasant and frankly vile rhetoric. And I don't know why you think this is appropriate to say this on national television.
You are a member of Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
And how long have you been a member?
Again, to 2014.
And did you know that Black Lives Matter was an organization that was founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians who hate God, who hate the family, order of the family, who hate the unborn child, and they admitted, at least one of them, that they're a Marxist group and they've been trained to do what they're doing. Did you know it was founded by some fat black lesbians?
Wow. So, okay. So first of all,
did you know that? I have with me in studio Destiny, right?
Yeah.
How did you get the name? Is that a lady name?
Yeah, kind of. I made it when I was like 9.
You call yourself Destiny?
Well, in real life, I call myself Steven, but online, I go by Destiny. Yeah.
Oh, so your real name is Steven?
Yeah.
But online, you pretend to be a woman?
No, I just have a feminine name, I guess.
Yeah, that's a girl name.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is.
Do they know you have a girl name online?
I don't think most people see it that way online.
Oh, do they see Destiny as a male name?
I guess so, yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Destiny is a Twitch streamer, a gamer, and YouTube personality who also covers politics and philosophy. His website is destiny.gg. I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you having me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And so, are you conservative or liberal?
People.
I mean, do they have moral?
Morals? I imagine any group of people has more. I don't think so.
How about, so are there more people?
Let's see what he's saying here.
Suffering, not because of racism, but the lack of moral character and the destruction of the family.
I think black people in general have a lack of moral character now.
I'm asking about, so you don't believe black people are suffering due to the lack, most black people are suffering due to the lack of moral character?
No, I don't think so.
How about, so are there more people?
Who?
The black people.
I don't think any group of people is inherently moral or amoral.
How about black people? Are black people amoral people?
Like amoral people or amoral people?
I mean, do they have moral?
Morals? I imagine any group of people has morals, yeah, for sure.
Most black people, so you're saying yes, black people have morals?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Do you believe that they do?
I would believe so, yeah.
You do? 77% of black babies are born out of wedlock to black women who are citizens of this country. Is that moral?
It depends on your definition of morality.
I'm asking you about yours. You
I
might
don't
guess.
believe him. I don't have a definition for morality.
Is that more to have babies out of wedlock?
I don't. This isn't how I do morality.
I didn't ask you how you did it.
Well, you did. You're asking me if I consider it moral or not.
Is it more for black women to be having babies out of wedlock?
Sure, as long as you take care of a child.
Is abortion, is it more to have an abortion?
Yeah, sure.
Would you want your woman to abort your child?
If she really wanted to.
You would be okay with that?
I mean, it's her decision. It's her body, right?
Amazing!
That's how U.S. law works right now.
Amazing. Are you a beta male?
I don't think so.
Beta.
You an alpha male?
You a beta. Let me ask one, and then we'll take some calls. In South Africa, Mommy Africa, the blacks have taken over the government, and now white people are under attack. Their lands are being taken away from them without compensation. They're being robbed, murdered, and killed by blacks, and no one seemed to care. How do you feel about that?
I don't know much about South Africa.
Yeah, I am a Gen Xer, guys. Gen X, baby, Gen X.
Is it right that assume I'm telling the truth. Is it right that black people should be killing white people, robbing them, going up to their homes and killing them and robbing them and taking their lands, farmland without compensation? Is that right?
Why are they doing it?
Is it right? It doesn't matter why. Is it right?
It doesn't matter why you do something?
You have to have a reason to be killing people in their homes and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there might be a good, I don't know. What if you kill...
so they might be doing it for a good reason?
What if you were killing Nazis in their homes or killing murderers and rapists in their homes?
Would that be right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Would it be right to kill...
kill murderers and rapists?
Yes, in their home.
I don't know. It depends on, I guess, how you
Why
define
did you
right or
ask
wrong.
that question when I asked you about South Africa?
Because I asked you why they were killing them. I'm just curious what the reason is.
Amazing. Let's go to some calls.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question for you. Is 30 years old too old for video games?
I don't think so.
How old are you?
30 years old.
Oh, no. And you're a video gamer, right?
Sometimes I am, yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
When we come back, we'll take some calls.
Okay.
All right. Amazing! What made you take on a girl name?
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Online.
Well, it was
where you at,
noun.
Devontae? Is Devontae
I
in our
was
chat?
9 years old. and I
Devontae,
lived
where
in
you at,
Nebraska,
bro?
So I didn't know any black people. So I'd never met a girl named Destiny before.
Oh. Did you know Destiny was a girl name?
Boo Boo says last real generation is Gen X. Yes, baby, Gen X. Had to stay outside until the streetlights came on. Yeah. We were the first generation that went from analog to digital. We witnessed them both. Yep.
Name at night?
Nope.
You thought it was a boy name?
No, I thought it was a noun that just sounded cool because I was 9 years old.
Amazing.
Oh, Moonlight Ace says, I'm Devontae. Good to have you, bro. Now we know who you are. Right on, man. Thanks for calling. That was a great call, dude.
Amazing.
Hey, Moonlight Ace. Hey, Devontae, what do you think? This is Jesse Lee Peterson, bro.
When you were a conservative, were you a moral person? Were you a man then? Moral man? Did you have values and morals?
I still have values and morals now.
When you were a conservative, did you have them?
No, I don't think you can have values and morals and be a conservative.
Did you support abortion when you were a conservative?
My views on abortion have changed over time.
How about same so-called homosexual marriage? Did you support that?
Yeah.
When you were a conservative?
No, not when I was a conservative.
What made you did not support it as a conservative? What made you support it as a liberal? Why did you switch?
Well, you said that we should have love for all people, and I decided to have love for even homosexual people, and I figured that love means they should probably get married.
Amazing. Where do morals come from?
I don't know. That's a really interesting question. Where do you think morals come from?
Should he be banned for making those statements? Bother you?
Not when they're actually white supremacists, no.
When white males, now Representative King, for saying that he is a nationalist, and when did that go wrong, and what's wrong with being a nationalist? How do you feel about that?
Steve King's made a lot of pretty racist comments in the past, so I imagine...
Like what?
When he talked about Mexican babies replacing white people in the United States, for instance.
Well, we don't have enough white babies. We have too many Mexican babies. We don't need any Mexican babies. We need white babies to
they're
save
not
America.
Mexican babies, they'd be American babies.
No,
Here.
if they're Mexican babies, they're going to turn it into Mexico.
You really think so?
100%.
Okay.
Do you agree that we need more white babies?
I don't know if we necessarily need any more of a particular type of baby.
Are you offended when white males are attacked and called white supremacy and things like that?
If they're an actual white supremacist, no, it seems appropriate.
So it doesn't bother you?
Not when they're actually white supremacists, no.
And if they decide that they wanted to be a white supremacy, what's wrong with that?
I'm not a fan of people that are white supremacists.
Are you okay with black supremacies?
No, I'm not.
You like Louis Farrakhan?
I don't know enough about him.
Do you know who Louis Farrakhan is?
I've seen like tweets, but I don't know.
He said that white people are blue-eyed devils, and black people are, I mean, not black people, but Jews are blood-sucking Jews. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that?
No.
Should he be banned for making those statements?
Banned from what?
For saying those statements.
Yeah, banned from where? Banned from America? Banned from
Should
Twitter?
they take his job and
What job?
stop him from preaching and all that for making those statements?
You can preach whatever you want. You have freedom of religion in the United States.
Should he be banned or stopped as a result of making those statements?
Banned from where?
His job.
What is his job?
Answer the question.
Well, I don't know what his job is.
You're not answering the question.
Well, if his job is like a McDonald's worker, then no, he should be able to do that.
Let's take...
amazing.
Let's take Jake. Jake is first-time caller out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Hey, Jake.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
All is well. You're on with Destiny as well. I have a guess.
How you doing, Destiny?
I'm doing great.
Min says she's a gamer. Min, what game do you play? And by the way, does anybody play Clash Royale? And if you do, let me know. I'll give you a run.
Well, I wanted to call. That guy before is quite a stupid man.
Beta male. Like that, right?
Beta male, yeah, I could tell.
Beta male.
Beta male. Beta male.
I could tell the attitude he has. The liberal, oh, we're all pink inside. We're all the same.
Yeah,
You can definitely hear that. That's a motherly thing coming from him.
Yeah, that was Brady.
Yeah, Brady.
Out of Phoenix. You're right
Beta
about
male
that.
Brady.
Absolutely. You agree with that, Destiny?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know if you inherit your political views from your mother more than your father, or if that makes you liberal or not.
You can inherit your beta male characters from your mother.
You got to
Absolutely.
probably inherit them from your father as well.
If your father's a beta male, but your father shouldn't be a beta male. He should be a father. He should be a man.
Damn.
Well, if that guy's a beta male and he has kids, and that kid is going to have a father that's a beta male, no?
Beta males shouldn't have kids.
Oh, shoot, Jesse, he just called you a beta male. Oh, no.
He said beta male shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, you don't have any kids, right?
I do have kids.
You have, and you're not
Nah,
married?
I rest my case.
And you're not married?
I have grandkids and great-grandkids. At least one
Jesse.
great-grandchild.
Do you live in sin?
No, I did that when I was in sin.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Did you get those marriages
Are you
annulled?
a sinner?
I don't believe in God, so I... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm asking Destiny. Destiny, are you a sinner?
I don't believe in God, so I don't think I can sin.
Is Satan your daddy?
Last time I checked, no, I don't think so.
He is.
Satan is your daddy, woman.
Satan is your daddy, woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. Let's go to Frankie out
What
of
did you just
Illinois.
say?
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. Let's go to
In God, so I don't think I can sin.
Is Satan your daddy?
Last time I checked, no, I don't think so.
He is.
Oh, okay.
He is.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. Let's go to Frankie out of Illinois. Frankie, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear, Frankie. Thank you for calling. You're on with Destiny as well.
I don't even know where to start with Destiny. If Jesse can't help you, I got nothing to say to you. First, Jesse, I want to ask you a question real fast.
Yes, sir.
Do you hate people when you ask them questions and they can't give you a yes or no answer?
No, I don't. I understand why they don't.
Too scared to answer.
Huh. Okay.
Destiny just admitted, he said that he's too scared to answer. And all liberals have anger, and they're afraid to admit the truth. So I totally understand. You have to be patient with them. Right, Destiny?
Okay. All right.
I appreciate
Fair enough.
it.
All right.
That's
well,
Wayne. You just
my
described
phone call is
Wayne.
mainly directed towards you, Jesse.
And Skyler.
And the
Scott.
wall and your views on Israel.
Frankie, call me tomorrow. I'm out of time. And the only reason I'm hanging up and run out of time. Call.
Guys, that was good. That was a good time. We had fun, dude. We had some fun.
Powerful.
Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to be back maybe later tonight. I'm not sure. It's Friday. Actually, no. I got a lot going on tonight. But that was fun, guys. That was a good time. Those calls were fantastic. And you missed it, Wayne. You missed it. They just described you. You can play my stream back and hear it out. But it was a good time, guys. And it's Friday. Enjoy your Friday. It's the weekend. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for coming along for the show today. And love you guys. And hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.